Across the vast, sun-scorched plains of Africa, life unfolds through vigilance, endurance, and unyielding effort. In a land where the horizon stretches endlessly and the sun beats down like a relentless judge, every creature outside the predator's realm must learn to sense danger before it strikes, to flee before the roar reaches their ears, and to summon courage even when hope seems lost. In this untamed domain, survival carries a heavy cost. Each step may be an opportunity or a threat. Each sip of water a calculated gamble, and each passing moment a silent contest between instinct and fate. Prey animals, living perpetually in the shadow of hunters, evolve cunning strategies, extraordinary agility, and near miraculous resilience just to see another day. This is the story of a world where certainty does not exist, and life balances precariously on the daring few who have mastered the art of adapting, enduring, and confronting death with every sunrise. The lion is the only big cat that lives in a pride, a trait that provides advantages in both strength and coordination. A male can weigh over 190 kilograms, while a female can reach speeds close to 80 km/h. More than mere predators, lions are the natural strategists of the savannah. They operate together with clearly defined roles. Females handle the hunt, males guard the territory, and the cubs are cared for by all members of the group. Across the sweeping African plains, the Cape buffalo stands as a living fortress. An adult can weigh between 600 and 800 kilograms, with a sturdy body and curved horns that serve as natural defenses. Yet a moment of weakness, an aging animal, or one that falls slightly behind can change everything. The pride senses the vulnerability and begins the pursuit. The buffalo twists sharply, swinging its horns in wide arcs as it attempts to break back toward the herd. But the lionesses have already flanked it from behind, staying out of reach of its deadly horns and focusing their attacks on its sides and shoulder. Eventually comes the most decisive method, a suffocating grip that does not aim to tear immediately, but to gradually extinguish the life of the prey. It is the ultimate display of dominance, stealing the very breath of the opponent. Though it appears brutal, this technique is highly effective for subduing large animals without confronting their horns head-on. The deep bellows of the buffalo echo across the plain, a desperate call to its herd. Occasionally, some strong individuals return, applying enough pressure to force the lions to retreat. But more often, the group is too distant or chooses to maintain a safe formation. When the dust finally settles, the buffalo lies still upon the open ground, a stark reminder that a few seconds of delay can be fatal for those unable to keep pace. Golden light spills across the vast savanna, and the earth hums with a deep, resonant murmur. This rumble announces the arrival of giants. African elephants advance with steady, deliberate steps. Towering over 3.5 meters, these enormous creatures move with strength, determination, and an ancient dignity. The African plains are their kingdom, a realm where size, memory, and wisdom guide each generation. At the front walks the matriarch, an experienced female with tattered ears and an authoritative gaze. She knows every trail, every watering hole, every shadow in this expansive landscape. Around her, sisters and daughters march, forming a protective circle that shelters the young. When a calf stumbles over the uneven terrain, the herd slows immediately, surrounding it with careful attention. For elephants, family is not just an idea, it is an unbreakable bond built on silent loyalty and shared paths. Trunks touch, ears flap, and soft rumbles pass between them, a secret language only they understand. Some of these messages even travel underground. Seismic vibrations felt through sensitive feet, guiding every movement of the herd. As the dry season intensifies, they must travel ever greater distances to find water. Yet the march never halts. With the sun's movement, the direction of the herd shifts, always ready to adapt. At dusk, the sky turns a deep orange, and the shadows of these colossal creatures stretch across the golden African fields. Under the morning light, the massive herd continues its journey. Among them, a young calf lags behind, its short legs struggling to keep pace with the adults. Hidden in the thorny bushes, a pack of African wild dogs watches with fierce intensity. They communicate without a sound, brief glances, subtle movements, synchronized breathing honed by generations of instinct. The pack splits into 3 groups, circling the elephants from different angles. Their target is clear, the calf at the end, vulnerable, isolated, perfect for a precise strike. With barely a flick of the ear from the leader, the hunt begins. The dogs dart forward, swift as shadows, brushing past the dry grass. Alarm trumpets erupt from the elephants as they form a tight circle around the young one. Dust rises as the forces collide, agility against mass, speed against power. One dog lunges at the calf's leg, only to be thrown aside by a swinging trunk. Another attacks from the side, but a large tusked male charges forward without hesitation. The elephants exchange deep rumbles that vibrate through the air, signals of defense, fury, and unity. The persistent dogs search for a weak point, attempting to bypass the living wall of gray giants. One manages to bite the calf's leg, but it is only a fleeting moment before a protective female crushes the threat. The blood on the earth is not the elephant's. A dog retreats limping, growling in pain. Yet the pack continues its rapid assaults, frustration beginning to unravel their strategy. The matriarch advances, swinging her massive tusks like a battering ram. The entire herd pushes outward, forcing the dogs back inch by inch. The calf is now completely shielded, walking safely between the legs of the adults, protected by towering sentinels. The dogs stop, panting, drenched in sweat and dust, yet still hungry. They make one final attempt at two leaps simultaneously, only to collide with a wall of hooves in unstoppable fury. The battle ends. The wild dogs retreat, melting into the golden grass, defeated. The elephants stand firm, silent, breathing heavily, united and victorious. The calf unharmed at the center of the herd. Behind them, dust settles on the ground marked by conflict. In the wild, the line between hunter and prey is not always determined by hunger, but by courage and unity. Tonight, the elephants prevail not through speed, but through unwavering loyalty and absolute cohesion. At first light, spreading across the African savanna, the impala emerges as one of nature's most agile survivors, an animal perfectly shaped for a world where danger never rests. Its reddish coat and slender legs may seem delicate from afar, but every muscle and reflex has been honed by the constant presence of predators. Impalas live in an environment where even the wind seems to carry threats. Lions hide in the tall grasses. Leopards watch silently from the branches. Packs of wild dogs patrol tirelessly. For an impala, life means anticipating every danger. Its ears always in motion. Catch the faintest sound. Its wide, dark eyes scan every detail, detecting the slightest movement long before most hunters can approach. When danger finally erupts, its response is breathtaking. An impala can leap more than 3 meters high and cover nearly 10 meters in a single bound. Yet it is not just power that saves it, it is the ability to change direction unpredictably. Day after day, this species walks the thin line between life and death. A new dawn rises over the African plains as a pride of lions rests hidden in the golden grass. Not far away, a group of impalas grazes calmly, their slender bodies alert, yet unaware of the eyes watching them. A lion creeps forward, chest pressed to the ground, moving silently while analyzing the herd and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The impalas continue feeding, oblivious to the predator gliding among the vegetation like a shadow. One adult male lion separates from the group, lowering his body even further, fixing his gaze on a young impala. Each step brings him closer to his target. Every movement measured, every breath nearly silent as the grass sways around him. Then the moment arrives. With an explosion of power, the lion lunges swift, forceful, unstoppable. Its claws sink into the prey. Jaws clamp around the impala's throat, ending the chase. Victorious, the lion lifts the lifeless body and drags it to a safe spot, ready to enjoy its reward without interruption. In another gripping scene, a pack of African wild dogs moves forward in unison, alert and ready for the hunt ahead. Their eyes scan the horizon with precision. Across the open grassland, a herd of impalas grazes quietly, unaware of the danger approaching. The dogs crouch low, weaving silently through the bushes, closing the distance as they study every movement of their prey. The impalas continue feeding, ignorant of the peril creeping closer with each breath. Every step of the pack is measured. Their success depends on perfect coordination, inherited instinct, and flawless timing. Suddenly, the leader signals, and the silence of the field erupts into a frenzy of sprinting and chaos. The impalas scatter in all directions, their legs moving so fast they blur, kicking up clouds of dust with every bound. The wild dogs, faster and more agile, move as a single synchronized unit, relentless and unyielding. With overwhelming speed, the lead dog leaps and clamps its jaws onto the chosen impala, violently bringing it down to the ground. Within seconds, the rest of the pack joins in, feeding, tearing flesh and hide in a raw act of primal survival. Hidden among the sand and rocks of the desert, the horned viper rules its territory through silence and patience. Its most striking feature, two small horn-shaped scales above the eyes, gives it a fierce, almost prehistoric appearance, perfectly suited to a creature shaped by one of the harshest environments on Earth. Thanks to its keeled scales, which blur its outline, it blends seamlessly with the landscape, becoming nearly impossible to detect even at close range. Despite its intimidating reputation, the horned viper is a reserved and solitary creature, avoiding conflict whenever possible. Every movement is deliberate. Its cautious behavior is the result of a life in which energy is conserved, and each encounter could mean the difference between life and death. In the vast stillness of desert nights, this snake remains a master of camouflage and patience, a silent hunter, perfectly adapted to the unforgiving world it inhabits. Under the desert's scorching sun, a horned viper slides forward with an unsettling grace toward a water source. Its body leaves a zigzag trail over the stones, tongue flicking to detect scents and signals. Survival. In the distance, a small desert mouse scurries between rocks, digging under the sand in search of food. The viper halts, flattening its body against the ground. Its eyes lock onto the rodent with silent precision. The snake moves almost soundlessly, tracking every movement of the mouse. The tiny animal continues foraging, unaware of the gaze watching from below. Each step brings it closer to its fate. The viper remains motionless, an expert in ambush, calculating the exact moment to strike. The mouse passes directly in front of it, entering the deadly zone, just inches from its jaws. In an instant, the viper coils and strikes. A flash of movement, a precise, venomous blow. The bite lands, and the venom takes effect immediately, paralyzing the mouse within seconds with lethal accuracy. Slowly, the snake begins to swallow it whole, jaws expanding, body undulating, a silent ritual of survival. Across the open plains, an eagle glides gracefully through the sky, wings fully extended, eyes fixed steadily as it faces the wind. Below, a rabbit emerges from the tall grass, hopping cautiously while foraging, unaware of the danger lurking above. The eagle circles silently, its piercing gaze locked on the small creature moving among the vegetation. The rabbit continues grazing, shifting position without realizing that a predator watches from the sky. Then, with wings folding sharply, the eagle dives with astonishing speed, a projectile guided by instinct and precision. Its talons strike with force, seizing the rabbit in a single motion and lifting it from the ground before it has any chance to flee. On a nearby cliff, hungry eaglets wait impatiently, peeping for food as the shadow of the returning eagle grows larger, carrying its prey back to the nest. Hidden deep within the emerald forest, a winding river glimmers faintly under the shade of the trees. Its dark, calm waters hold ancient secrets. Along the muddy banks, buffalo and impalas approach cautiously, driven by thirst to the water's edge. The herd gathers in silence, unaware that just a few meters away, a predator waits motionless, concealed within the shadows. Measuring over 5 meters in length and easily weighing more than half a ton, the Nile crocodile ranks among the largest and most fearsome reptiles on the planet. Every part of its body is built for ambush. Jaws lined with conical teeth as hard as steel deliver the most powerful bite of any living animal. Its thick, scaly skin acts as natural armor, while its muscular tail allows explosive forward thrusts. This opportunistic hunter will feed on any prey it can overpower. During the Great Migration, dozens gather at river crossings, turning narrow passages into deadly traps for desperate herds. Despite its ferocity, the crocodile is remarkably patient. It can remain motionless for hours, even days, conserving energy while basking in the sun or floating silently, a living relic of a primeval world. As the impalas dip their noses into the fresh water, the crocodile advances stealthily. A shadow beneath the surface, it moves closer to the shore, disappearing entirely as it waits for the perfect moment. In a sudden burst, it lunges with jaws wide open, but this time it misses by a fraction of a second. Retreating into the water, it is not defeated by lack of strength, but by a tiny miscalculation. The riverbank falls silent, tension lingering. The hunter will not give up. Hidden underwater, motionless like a statue, it prepares another strike. With devastating force, it surges from the river, jaws clamping onto a young impala. The blow is precise this time. The animal struggles desperately, kicking and twisting, but the crocodile's grip is unyielding. Every attempt to escape only tightens the brutal hold. Other crocodiles sense the commotion and the scent of fresh blood. One approaches, hesitates, but soon more arrive. Hunger drives them to risk a share of the prey. The first crocodile tries to defend its catch, but the sheer number of rivals becomes overwhelming. Eventually, the strength of the individual yields to the ferocity of the group. The impala's body is pulled in multiple directions as a frantic struggle unfolds. Crocodiles bite, spin, and tear chunks of flesh, mixing blood with the murky river water. In this wild corner of the forest, survival belongs to the strongest, and the hungriest claim the prize. Which of the wildlife survival encounters you've seen impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the dying light of the African sunset, as shadows stretch across the savanna, an almost ghostly figure glides through the trees. It is the African leopard, one of the continent's most lethal yet elusive predators. Unlike the roaring lion or the wind-like cheetah, this feline rules through absolute silence. Every step is precise, every movement calculated, and its spotted coat blends with the golden underbrush as if woven from dust and light. Built for strength and stealth, the leopard combines extraordinary power with remarkable agility. Its muscles, coiled like springs, allow for sudden bursts of speed or effortless climbs up vertical tree trunks. With jaws strong enough to lift prey heavier than itself, it often drags its catch high into the branches, far from hyenas, lions, and other opportunists. In this private dining spot, hidden among the leaves, the leopard eats alone. A master of deception, it hunts with almost supernatural patience. It can shadow a single impala for hours, keeping low, using every bush and contour of the terrain to remain unseen. Moving through the tall grass without making a sound. Every action is guided by instinct, every fiber of its body poised to strike. Ahead, a group of impalas grazes calmly, alert yet unaware of the predator approaching. The leopard pauses, eyes golden and fixed on the slightest movement. It moves slowly, belly brushing the ground, merging with the shadows beneath the acacias. The impalas edge toward the water, distracted and vulnerable, giving the silent killer the perfect opportunity. Then it happens, the leopard erupts from its hiding place, a flash of power, speed, and absolute precision. In a single fluid motion, it seizes the impala by the neck and drags it into the bushes. After a few final convulsions, the body lies still. Another chapter in the story of the feline's survival unfolds. With its prize firmly gripped in powerful jaws, the leopard begins climbing toward the safety of the high branches. In another corner of the African continent, the savanna awakens as the wildebeest enter their calving season. Beneath the warm sun, the females, thin after months of gestation, begin bringing new life into the world. The calves, still trembling, rise to their feet for the first time, wobbly-legged, eyes wide with newborn innocence. The plains are alive with movement, yet here, beauty is never separate from danger. Among the tall grasses, a cheetah watches silently. Its golden body remains motionless, hidden like a ghost in the vegetation, eyes burning with instinct. The scent of blood and weakness hangs in the air, guiding every sense of the predator. Across the open plains, the cheetah is a masterpiece of speed and precision. Slim, long-limbed, a silhouette designed to cut through the wind, it is the fastest land animal on the planet, capable of exceeding 100 km/h in mere seconds. Every feature serves a purpose. Its lightweight frame reduces drag. Large nostrils intake massive amounts of air, and a powerful heart pumps oxygen to the muscles used in explosive sprints. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah's claws never fully retract. They function like the spikes of a sprinter's shoes, giving traction with every stride. Its extremely flexible spine stretches and contracts like a spring, propelling it with incredible acceleration. The long tail acts as a rudder, allowing sharp turns while pursuing agile prey across the plains. Behaviorally, the cheetah is a hunter of daylight. While lions rest and leopards favor darkness. This feline takes advantage of bright hours, relying on keen eyesight to spot unsuspecting wildebeest from great distances. Now, its gaze fixes on a target, a mother who has just given birth, trembling and exhausted. In a second, the cheetah springs into action. Its legs cut through the wind, silent, swift, relentless. The female reacts too late. Her legs, weakened by labor, cannot protect her calf. The cheetah strikes her side, sinking claws and teeth without hesitation. Within seconds, the mother collapses. The energy spent in giving life costs her everything. The cheetah wastes no time. It leans in, tearing into the belly, blood glistening on the golden grass. In a single instant, birth and death merge, bound together by the cruel edge of survival. The sun continues its path as if nothing happened, but the grass remembers. And so does the calf. For the cheetah, it was a victory built on patience and executed with precision. In the wild, there is no room for mourning, only for adaptation, learning, and imprinting every experience into instinct. At the close of another relentless day across Africa's vast plains, we witness a world where life is earned step by step, breath by breath. Here, every creature from the tiniest to the most imposing must learn to read danger before it arrives, anticipate the movements of predators, and make choices that can mean the difference between life and death. Nothing is guaranteed, and every moment is an act of adaptation and resilience. Prey animals, constantly hunted by skilled predators, develop survival strategies that challenge our imagination, running across the savanna under the scorching sun, blending seamlessly with vegetation, moving in coordinated groups to confuse attackers, or even confronting a predator in a desperate moment. Each successful escape is not only an individual triumph, but a small victory that helps maintain the balance of a complex ecosystem, where every species plays a vital role and all depend on one another. Yet these stories of struggle and endurance are more than tales of strength or instinct. They remind us that wildlife is fragile and needs our protection. Human expansion, hunting, habitat loss, and climate change threaten the survival of these species and the ecosystems that have existed for millennia. Every conservation effort, every protected park, and every educational initiative is an act that ensures these stories continue, allowing future generations to admire and learn from nature in its purest form. Amid the roar of lions, the desperate flight of zebras, the watchful gaze of elephants, and the silent stalking of big cats, we are given a profound human reminder: protecting wildlife is not just saving animals, it is preserving a legacy of resilience, interconnection, and natural wonder that belongs to us all. If this journey across the African plains has inspired, moved, or taught you something new about life and nature, support us with a like and subscribe to Beast Call Nature. Join us as we continue exploring, learning, and defending life in all its forms, celebrating the strength, strategy, and beauty of a world that deserves to be protected and respected.